Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into one of the most debated and thought-provoking questions of our time: who would win in the next global war? Cyber warriors behind computer screens or real armies on battlefield in an era where digital warfare is as powerful as physical destruction? The lines between traditional combat and cyber conflict are blurring faster than ever. The future of global warfare may not just be fought with tanks, missiles, and soldiers, but with codes, algorithms, and invisible attacks launched through cyberspace. In the past, wars were defined by land invasions, naval battles, and airstrikes. But in the 21st century, a new battlefield has emerged, one that exists entirely online. The rise of cyber warfare has changed how nations prepare, defend, and even think about war. Modern militaries now face enemies they can't see or predict. A single cyber attack can paralyze an entire nation's infrastructure, shutting down power grids, hospitals, transportation, or even communication systems. And unlike traditional warfare, cyber battles can be launched silently without warning from anywhere in the world. Cyber warriors are no longer science fiction. They are highly trained experts who specialize in hacking, encryption, and digital sabotage. Nations like the United States, China, Russia, Israel, and North Korea have built secret cyber units capable of launching attacks that can cripple economies or disrupt governments without firing a single bullet. But while these cyber capabilities are growing stronger every day, real-world armies still dominate when it comes to physical control of territory, logistics, and enforcement. So, the real question is, if a global conflict erupted today, which side would truly dominate? The cyber warriors or the boots on the ground? Let's start with the power of cyber warfare. Imagine a future conflict where instead of bombs dropping on cities, entire networks collapse within seconds. Banks lose control of money transfers, military satellites stop transmitting data, and power plants suddenly go offline. In such a scenario, cyber warriors can bring a modern superpower to its knees without a single soldier entering the battlefield. Cyber weapons have already proven their potential. The Stuxnet virus, discovered in 2010, was a cyber weapon that targeted Iran's nuclear facilities, physically damaging equipment through digital infiltration. It was one of the first examples showing that a line of code could cause real-world destruction, but the advantage of cyber warfare doesn't stop at sabotage. Intelligence gathering, espionage, and psychological manipulation are all now part of digital combat. Cyber attacks can spread disinformation, manipulate elections, or spark internal chaos within rival nations. In modern politics, public perception is as powerful as military might, and cyber warriors can exploit this through social media manipulation and AI-driven propaganda. The ability to shape public opinion or mislead an entire population is a weapon far more subtle and dangerous than tanks or fighter jets. However, real armies still play an irreplaceable role. When it comes to securing territory, enforcing peace, or engaging in direct combat, no amount of cyber power can physically occupy land. Cyber warriors can shut down systems, but they can't defend borders or rescue civilians. Traditional armies remain the backbone of national defense, especially when cyber deterrence fails. Even in a future dominated by technology, a soldier on the ground with tactical awareness and moral courage can achieve things that algorithms cannot. The real strength of a nation lies in the combination of both worlds, cyber and physical. Militaries that understand how to integrate these two domains will dominate future wars. The U.S. military, for example, has established cyber command units that work alongside conventional forces. These teams can disable enemy networks before a physical strike begins, giving troops on the ground an unmatched advantage. The future battlefield is hybrid, where drones are guided by artificial intelligence. Cyber units disrupt enemy defenses, and physical forces complete the mission. But the greatest fear about cyber warfare is unpredictability. Unlike traditional wars, cyber conflicts have no clear front lines, no physical presence, and no international laws that fully govern them. A cyber attack can come from anywhere: a basement, a data center, or even a compromised system in another country. Attribution is one of the hardest parts of cyber warfare. When a missile is fired, you can trace it back. When a network is hacked, it's almost impossible to know who really did it. This uncertainty makes cyber warfare extremely dangerous because nations can respond to perceived threats without clear proof, potentially escalating conflicts that started in the digital world into real wars. Another challenge is civilian vulnerability. In traditional wars, armies target other militaries. But in cyber warfare, civilians are often the first victims. A single cyber attack on a city's power grid can shut down hospitals, water supplies, and transportation. The chaos caused by a land digital strike could lead to panic, economic collapse, and even loss of life without any physical combat. That's what makes cyber warfare both terrifying and efficient. It doesn't require large-scale destruction to create widespread fear and instability. Now imagine a scenario where both forces collide: cyber warriors working alongside real armies in a massive global conflict. Before the first missile is even launched, cyber warriors would likely attack communication networks, disrupt logistics, and jam satellite signals. Drones could be hacked mid-flight, and autonomous tanks could be turned against their own operators. On the other side, armies would rely on physical controls, securing regions, defending infrastructure, and protecting vital installations from both physical and digital threats. The first hours of such a war would determine everything. Whichever side controls data and communication would gain a decisive upper hand. Cyber warriors have one major advantage: cost and stealth. A country doesn't need billions to build a cyber army. All it takes is skilled hackers, advanced software, and powerful computers. Small nations or even independent groups can now challenge global powers through digital warfare. This levels the playing field in a way that was never possible before. In contrast, real armies require massive funding, logistics, and human power to maintain. However, real armies hold something that no cyber system can replicate: human decision-making, physical endurance, and the ability to adapt in unpredictable environments. Many experts believe that the next world war, if it ever happens, will begin with a cyber attack. Not with missiles or bombs, but with a silent digital strike that disables a nation's communication systems and confuses its defenses. This could be followed by traditional military action, while the target country struggles to recover. The first strike advantage in cyber warfare is enormous. Once systems are compromised, recovery is slow and uncertain. The moment a network is breached, the entire chain of command can collapse. That's why modern militaries are investing heavily in cyber defense and AI-based security systems to detect and counter attacks before they spread. Artificial intelligence is now becoming the newest weapon on both sides. AI can predict attack patterns, defend networks automatically, and even launch counterattacks in real time. But there's a growing fear that autonomous AI weapons could make their own decisions, potentially leading to uncontrollable situations. If AI-driven cyber systems start fighting each other, human control might vanish, creating chaos on a scale never seen before. It's a dangerous balance, humans creating machines to protect them, but those machines becoming so advanced that they start defining the future of war themselves. In this era of digital globalization, every country is connected. This interconnectedness is both strength and weakness. A single cyber attack on one system can ripple through international networks, affecting multiple countries within hours. This interconnected world means that no nation is fully isolated or safe. Even neutral countries could become unintended targets as collateral damage in a cyber conflict. The next world war may not be fought between armies alone, but between systems, networks, and data streams that sustain global life. The question of who wins, cyber warriors or real armies, may not have a clear answer. Each side dominates in different arenas. Cyber warriors hold the power to disable and deceive. Real armies hold the power to occupy and control. The outcome depends on how well nations can merge both strengths. Countries that fail to adapt will be left behind. Attacks that hex, outdaredreplacedes, fear with SESS. The winners of the next global war will not just be those with the biggest bombs or the strongest soldiers, but those who control the flow of information and protect it with absolute precision. History teaches us that wars evolve with technology, from swords to muskets, from tanks to nukes, and now, from physical combat to digital dominance. The battlefield has shifted from open fields to invisible networks, but no matter how advanced technology becomes, war remains a human endeavor. Emotions, decisions, and leadership will always play a central role. Technology can empower, but it can also destroy those who depend on it too blindly. In the end, the most dangerous weapon isn't a cyber virus or a missile, it's ignorance. Nations that underestimate the importance of cybersecurity risk losing wars before they even begin. The modern warrior must be both a soldier and a coder, capable of fighting in physical and digital realms alike. The future of global security depends on understanding this duality. The wars of tomorrow will not be fought just with firepower, but with data, algorithms, and intelligence. So, who would win the next global war, cyber warriors or real armies? The truth is, victory would belong to those who can unite both worlds. A soldier's courage combined with a hacker's precision could create an unstoppable force. Cyber power can weaken the enemy, but only real armies can secure peace. The combination of technology and human strength will shape the wars and peace of the 21st century. And as nations prepare for the future, one thing is certain: the greatest battles ahead won't always be seen, but they will be felt by everyone connected to the digital world. Thank you for watching, and if you found this topic fascinating, don't forget to subscribe for more deep dives into the future of warfare, technology, and global power.